Now, the area's most accurate weather forecast with Storm Surge 7 meteorologist Shelly Sites.
Good evening, everyone. Welcome back, and thanks so much for joining us. Across the area today, of course, the winds have been strong off and on. I came in around 1:30, and I was like, oh, no, my forecast is blown. It's not windy, but it got windy. My forecast was not blown at all. The one thing that was blown was the wind. So take a look at our SchoolNet sites. We're going to tell you the temperature and the highest wind gust we've seen across the area today, and that is 41 miles per hour here in downtown Amarillo. That's as high as it's gusted at our site, currently sitting at 77 degrees. It's also 77 out at Bushland with a 43-mile-per-hour wind gust. That's their highest wind gust for the day. Further down to the south at the Comanche Trail Golf Complex, it's 76 degrees. 77 at South Georgia and trade winds, and winds gusting up to 44 miles per hour. We're at Westover Park, currently sitting at 76 degrees there. Across the northwestern portions of the high plains, in Boise City it's 76 degrees with 30 mile per hour winds. Did get a 40 mile per hour wind gust in Yarborough and Hartley, currently sitting at 76 degrees. Pretty warm out there. It's hard to believe it's still winter, period. 76 is your current temperature in Canadian with a 34 mile per hour wind. Got near 50 mile per hour winds there at Robert Clark Ranch. 48 their highest wind gust and current temperature. Nice and warm at 76. Further down to the south and the east at the Elm Creek Ranch, it's 76 degrees there. 77 in Clarendon, 78 at the High Card Ranch. All across the west and southwest, much of the same here. Temperatures topping out in the mid-70s to lower 80s across the region, including 79 right now in Adrian with a 33 mile per hour wind. On the shores of Ute Lake, 75. Farwell, 77, and our SchoolNet site at Walcott saw a 44 mile per hour wind gust. Wind still sustained right at 20. Current temperature nice and warm at 78. All right, let's move on to those weather headlines. I don't think you'll be surprised at what's in here. We've got one more warm day. Of course, it's been warm for the past several. Well, we've got one more to enjoy, although it will be another windy day. But hey, it's still winter. Believe it or not, you're going to be reminded on Thursday's temperatures hover in the mid-30s throughout the day and maybe even throw a few flurries in there. But with the strong winds, those flurries may be blowing horizontally. So we'll talk more about that here in just a moment. Let's start off with your satellite radar composite. Across the region, you can see a cloud cover. Plenty of it. We saw lots of it this morning. Cleared out a bit, although you probably aren't noticing it so much as the dust that's blowing across the area right now. At least it's warm. 78 out at the airport, 65 in Albuquerque, even as warm as 80 there in El Paso, while further down to the south side of the state, temperatures hover in the 70s there as well. Our computer model forecast shows the same old, same old. Not a whole lot going on tonight. Mostly clear to occasionally partly cloudy skies, especially by early tomorrow morning. Could even see a few areas of low clouds. 41's our expected low temperature. Winds will be strong tonight and become stronger throughout the day tomorrow, so do expect a repeat of all that dust in the atmosphere. High temperatures again rising into the mid-70s with a cold front. That's going to move through Wednesday night. That's going to bring us our next best chance for a little bit of moisture, especially across the northern parts of the high plains. We're talking accumulations here from trace amounts to an inch or so. The rest of us probably going to miss out on that, but it'll be nice to see some moisture no matter where it falls across the high plains. Unfortunately, any moisture that does fall, again, blowing horizontally as north winds around 25 to 35 miles per hour are expected, and high temperature topping out around 40 degrees at midnight, and then staying in the 30s throughout the day on Thursday. So it will be bitterly cold with wind chill values in the teens. All right, tonight, not nearly that cold. It's going to be pretty okay. We're looking forward to 39 in Clayton, 40 in Dumas to 47 in Childress. We'll see a subtle increase in cloud cover across the area tonight. Maybe wake up to a few of those clouds and end up with partly cloudy skies across the area again tomorrow. Highs in the mid-70s are expected with south to southwest winds sustained around 25 to 35 miles per hour, much like what we're seeing right now. 69s are expected high in Clayton to 74 in Pampa, 75 in Childress, and a quick check of your 7-day forecast calls for those isolated light snow flurries across the northern parts of the region on Thursday. It's a slow-moving system, but unfortunately will not hover overhead long enough to bring us any more measurable rainfall or snowfall, but it will cool us down quickly.
And that'll be nice if we could just get rid of these winds for a while, you know?
You bet.
And not as windy today as it was last week when we have a picture that was sent in to us by Sean Yorks of the Guyman Daily Herald. He snapped this pic of the blowing dust conditions out on U.S. Highway 54 in Guyman.
Goodness, can barely see. Upload your photos to Pro News 7's Facebook page or check out connectamarillo.com. We'll show them here on Pro News 7 at 5. We'll be back with today's medical breakthroughs.